Hi everyone, I hope you remember who I am and you don't just think a random person has walked into your subscriptions, but in case you've forgotten, I am Jack and this is my channel Tomes and Travel. I haven't really been filming videos much over the last year. I was in that vicious cycle again where I come back and make a few videos and then I mysteriously disappear and then I come back again and then I disappear again. I kind of want to try and get out of that cycle and just get back into making BookTube videos again properly and reading more regularly. I was recently tagged to do the BookTube Oldies tag by my friend Shah from Thoroughly Enjoyed Books, and I thought this would be the perfect way to try and ease myself back into making videos again and just to kind of reflect on my BookTube history really, because it's just crazy. Like, I've been making videos for such a long time now. I started when I was 13 and I'm now 22, so it just seems like insane that I've been making videos for such a long time, and this is the perfect tag to do right now. So the first question is, how long have you been part of the BookTube community? And this month actually marks 9 years of making videos on YouTube, which is insane, to be honest. Like, as I keep saying, it just seems like such a long time ago. A lot of things have obviously changed in that time. I started on a channel before this one in May 2011 and it was just a really small channel. I was just talking about books. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just filmed on my webcam. I didn't have any editing or anything, but I was having such a great time doing that. I had a bit of a disaster one day with that channel where I ended up accidentally deleting it and losing all of the footage that I had uploaded, so I don't actually have any footage of my first YouTube video that I ever made. I was sat in the corner of a room, I was very nervous, very quiet. I didn't think anyone would be watching, so I kept asking, hello everyone, is anyone there? Is anyone watching? Please comment. I feel like I've progressed a lot since then. I think my videos have got better. I think I'm better at doing book reviews. I think they're more analytical, hopefully a bit more insightful as well. Question number 2 is, what was your biggest misconception before starting BookTube? And it's quite difficult to say there was any misconceptions, to be honest, because it wasn't really an established community. It was literally just a few people talking about books, and as long as you were reading and talking about books, then everything was good. There weren't really any expectations. I suppose I kind of expected that people would read a lot more than me. I did see some booktubers reading like 100 books a year, which is not something I've ever been able to do, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do that. I was kind of nervous initially that I didn't read enough to be a proper booktuber. I quickly found out that it doesn't really matter how much you read. As long as you're reading something and talking about the books, then that's all that really matters. Question number 3 is, how do you think BookTube has changed since you first started? And it's definitely got a lot bigger, and to be honest, a community has been established now. When I started out, I don't even think the term BookTube was really a thing. I think a few people said BookTube because it sounded like YouTube, but there certainly wasn't a big community with thousands and thousands of people making videos, and it was just a few people all on the same kind of level, so there weren't really any big booktubers or small booktubers. We didn't really have a kind of hierarchy, I suppose you could say. I feel like it was a bit more personal as well, because you kind of knew everyone and everyone kind of supported each other and commented on each other's videos, and it was just a small community. There were no expectations. You didn't have to have an amazing collection of books, you didn't have to have a massive bookshelf, you didn't have to have an amazing camera or editing software or anything like that. One of the good things though about the community expanding is definitely that it's become more diverse, so I think everyone can feel represented. I feel like there is a booktuber for every kind of reader. There are booktubers from across the world in all of the continents reading all different kinds of genres. I just think BookTube has expanded, and it's actually introduced me to a lot of new books that I probably wouldn't have found initially when I started BookTube. So I do quite like that it's expanded and there's a lot more choice and variety for the kind of videos that we can watch. The next question is, what is your favourite BookTube memory? And I suppose kind of talking about the start of my BookTube experience, it would probably be when I reached 100 subscribers for the first time. It was just insane to think that 100 people were actually watching my videos and actually pressed the subscription button. It is crazy that people would do that, and I always imagine like 100 people would not fit in this room, and now I think I've got like 4,500 and something subscribers, which is, it just blows my mind. I can't really believe that so many people actually want to watch the content that I'm putting out, and hopefully that content will become more regular soon. And I think when I hit 200 subscribers, I did an interview with Priscilla from The Readables, who came onto my channel and made a video specifically for this channel, which was great. She was always one of my favourite booktubers. Very professional and very honest and trustworthy. I could always believe what she was saying. I just loved the videos that she was making about all different kinds of books and all different kinds of genres, and it was just great to watch her videos. I know she's not making BookTube videos anymore at the moment, but she does have an art channel called From Sea to Stars, which is really creative, and I love watching that. I'm not much of an artist myself, but I definitely find that her videos are just great to watch. I just always like the personality that she brings across in her videos. And I know this question was just about one memory, but I also remember when I went to a few book signings with another booktuber, Georgina from Book Addict 2011, and her channel now is called British Biblioholic. We went to book signings for Cassandra Clare and for Sarah J. Maas, who actually recognised me from YouTube and Twitter, which was crazy at the time. I don't think Sarah J. Maas was that well known. I think she's kind of blown up now and everyone knows about her, but at the time she wasn't that well known, and it was just great to know that she had seen my videos and that she'd seen the tweets that I'd been writing about her books, like Throne of Glass, and A Court of Thorns and Roses as well. Question number 5 is, what are some books that you were introduced to because of BookTube? And to be honest, about 90% of books on my shelf are probably introduced to me through BookTube. I didn't have that much of a diverse reading taste when I started BookTube. Even things like The Hunger Games were introduced to me through BookTube. I didn't even know about that before, and now it's one of my favourite books. Other books, just look at the shelf behind me, to be honest. I literally discover like 90% of books on BookTube. Question number 6, what is something that frustrates you about BookTube? And this is kind of difficult because I do love making videos, but as I've said, the community has changed over the years, and I think sometimes nowadays I don't feel as motivated to make videos, and there are various reasons for that. I know, as Shah said in her video, the YouTube algorithm is not that reliable, so some of my videos won't show up in every person's subscription feed, and it's the same with other booktubers. It kind of chooses to prioritise some booktubers over others, and it can be quite difficult to get recognition nowadays. And that's just a bit of a shame, because I do put a lot of time and effort into the videos when I do make them, and sometimes I just feel like I'm not getting as much out of it. And I'm not saying that I deserve loads and loads of subscribers or anything. I understand I'm not uploading regularly at the moment, but sometimes I just feel like back in the day it was a lot easier to get views and to get comments and to engage in a proper discussion with people. I think now it just feels less personal. And then of course BookTube drama, I'm sure everyone knows about that, is not great. It definitely frustrates me. I was involved in some drama about 6 years ago. I know if you followed my channel you probably know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to name any names because it's not very respectful, but basically there was this big drama in 2014, and I just came on to make a video to tell people to be kind, be positive, and just to appreciate everyone for their own reading tastes, and not to disregard someone's opinion because they read a certain kind of book. So if they read young adult books, that doesn't mean that their opinion isn't valid. And I just thought that was a fairly justifiable opinion. I don't see anything wrong with that, but people thought I was being really controversial, and I've got a lot of haters and a lot of horrible comments around that time. And I just think it kind of showed me that people can quickly turn against you. It's not something that I'm concerned about now. Like, those kind of haters have long gone, and I certainly don't care about them. But I just think sometimes things can be blown a little bit out of proportion, perhaps. And then the final question is, what is your hope for the future of BookTube? Well, obviously in terms of my own channel, I hope that I can become more regular again, and that I can become an actual booktuber where I'm filming videos and talking about books and reading a lot of books and discussing books with other people. Obviously the kind of interaction is probably the best thing about BookTube for me, so I definitely hope there's more of that. I really believe that the uploading of a video is not the end point, but only a starting point. It's a starting point of new discussions where you can meet new friends as well in the comments, so I just hope that interaction continues. I also hope that some of the smaller booktubers get more recognition. I really feel like they deserve more recognition, because some of the smaller booktubers that I watch have incredible videos and their discussions are really well thought out, really insightful, really unique. I feel like they just bring a different perspective. It's possible that it's because some of the discussions are a bit niche, so people are not necessarily going to search for them in the YouTube search bar, but smaller booktubers just need more support, and medium-sized booktubers too. And I just hope that people appreciate them more. You know, they might not have the best cameras or the best editing software, but the content of what they're actually saying is really important, and you know, people should listen to that. So hopefully they get more recognition. So everyone, that was it for today's video. It feels like a really rambly long video. I know that when I've not made videos for a while, I'm not always in the habit of filming them, and it just feels weird to film a video again. I really hope that I can get back into reading properly and back into making videos and doing all the things that I loved to do. I think I really enjoyed BookTube in like 2011, 2012, 2013. Then after that point I wasn't as frequent with my uploads, and I feel like I've kind of fallen out of place in the community. I really hope I can make videos again that people enjoy watching. Hope I can talk about books and hopefully share some insightful perspectives on the books. So thanks for watching everyone, and see you all again in my next video.